Hello everyone, David Shadowdrake here from Shadowdrake Creations, and I'd like to welcome you to Archive of Observers, a Foundry VTT module designed for streamers and their audiences. Every GM who streams knows the pain of screen clutter. Journals, notes, images, character sheets, all the tools we GMs need to run our games end up covering the screen and blocking what your viewers really want to see. We created Archive of Observers to solve that problem. This module gives you a clean, customizable overlay with resizable, editable character cards that show your audience who's playing, without burying them under the GM's interface. But Observer is more than just a way to share information. It's about creating a cinematic experience for your viewers. Instead of staring at a wall of notes and stat blocks, your audience gets to enjoy the real star of the show, the incredible maps and visuals that Foundry brings to life. Whether you're zooming in on the details with camera follow or showcasing an epic battle against the big bad, everything stays front and center with no clutter in the way. Our goal with this module was simple: help every GM, no matter their streaming experience, deliver clean, repeatable results with minimal setup. So join me as we dive into Archive of Observers and explore some of its best features. Let's start with a look at what my stream would normally look like. As Game Master, I have journals, notes, images, character sheets all open while I'm running the game. It's everything that I need to keep the session moving, but to my audience it looks like this: a screen cluttered with windows, covering the map, blocking the tokens. This is the experience most viewers get when watching a raw Foundry stream. The story might be great, sure, but the visuals are buried under the GM tools. Now, here's the same moment through Archive of Observers. The clutter is gone. Instead of piles of windows, viewers see a clean cinematic presentation. The map in full view, tokens on display, and simple character cards showing who's at the table. This is what Observer is built for, turning your game into something your audiences can actually enjoy watching. Alright, let's talk about how you actually use Observer. When you install the module, it sets itself up with all the default settings. The very first time you launch Foundry with Observer enabled, it automatically creates a how-to journal. That journal is your quick reference guide. It covers the basics, links to helpful resources, and even points you to this video so that you'll never be lost. You'll also notice that Observer creates a macro button for you, the Open Observer window. In version 12, you'll find it in the macro folder icon next to your hotbar. In version 13, you'll find it under the macro tab in your sidebar. From there, you can drag it to your hotbar for easy access. Clicking the macro opens the Observer window in its own clean view. That's the view you'll be capturing in OBS or whatever streaming software you use. The GM keeps all their tools here on the main screen, while the audience gets the polished version through the Observer window. With these two simple tools, the how-to journal and the macro button, you are ready to start presenting your game with a clean view, no other setup really needed. Now let's take a closer look at the Observer window itself. Here you'll see the core feature of the module: no Foundry UI. We do provide you with character cards by default. Each card shows a portrait, the player or character name, and any conditions or effect that you've chosen to display. They're clean, simple, and always visible to your audience so long as they're enabled in the settings. The cards are arranged on a flexible grid system. That grid automatically adjusts to your screen size, making sure the cards line up neatly no matter what resolution you're streaming at. You can move the cards through our drag and snap system. The grid makes sure that they snap neatly into place. No floating elements that might get misaligned or look messy on the screen. The Observer likes to keep everything tidy. Cards are also resizable through the settings. You can adjust the overall card size to fit your stream layout. The grid will automatically resize and make sure that it handles the spacing so that everything stays aligned. Whether you want larger, more detailed cards like I have here, or a smaller, minimal look, the observer can adapt to your choice. Between the cards and the grid, you can design a layout that fits your stream, from tight minimal displays to bold cinematic arrangements. It's your table, presented your way. We simply give you the blank canvas. One of the challenges with streaming is making sure your overlays look good at different resolutions. What looks fine on a 1080p screen can break down on a 1440p or 4K display. Observer solves that with its grid-based system. Card sizing is global. When you change the size, all cards adjust together. The grid automatically adjusts and redistributes them so that they stay neat and aligned. Whether you're streaming in Full HD, Quad HD, or even 4K like I do, the layout stays clean and consistent. No stretch cards, no awkward gaps. Just polished presentation every time. This means you can choose the scale that best fits your stream's look, knowing that the grid will handle the math for you. Small cards for a minimalist view, or larger cards when you want the audience to focus on the players. It just works. Now that we've looked at sizing, layout, and the grid, let's dig into the card settings a little. Card settings in Observer are pretty straightforward. Portraits, names, all of this for players are pulled directly from their player character sheets. The GM doesn't have a character sheet, so he needs a little more setup. If we open the game settings and go to our archive of Observer settings, you see right here on the top of it, we have a small submenu for Configure Cards. In the Configure Cards, you can turn on or off the glowing borders. The My Card Color is for your players to set the border color around their cards. If they do not set a color around their cards, the border color is defaulted to the user configuration down here in the bottom left corner. The GM card works exactly the same. You have a color picker or the default user. And then of course we have the name that you want presented on your GM's card and the image that you want to use for your portrait. Continuing our cinematic experience, Observer doesn't just handle player cards. It also brings your scenes to life with cinematic banners. Whenever you change scenes in Foundry, Observer can display a stylish banner that highlights the scene title. It's a simple touch, but it instantly adds that professional broadcast feel to your stream. These banners help your audience follow the story as it moves from place to place. Instead of wondering where are they now, they get a clear, immersive cue, just like a title card in a movie or TV show. And like cards, banners have some customability. You can adjust the font and the duration of how long they're displayed on the screen in your settings. Scene banners combined with the clean player cards can really transform a session into a cinematic experience that your viewers will never forget. And if they ever do forget what scene you're on, all they have to do is look at the GM's card, and right underneath the GM's name is the name of the scene that you're on. Another little feature that helps bring your stream to life is chat bubbles. Whenever a player types in chat, their words appear right over their player card inside the Observer window. It's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference for your audience. Instead of splitting their attention between the map and the chat log, your viewers see dialogue connected directly to the player it belongs to. This gives your game the feel of a live conversation, keeping your audience engaged and immersed without ever needing to watch a scrolling text box. Observer works great on its own, but it really shines when you combine it with other Foundry mods built for streaming. For example, Epic Rolls 5e. Epic Rolls makes your dice rolls more dramatic and exciting, and those results are clear for both you and your audience. Now pair it with Dice So Nice, and you get beautiful animated dice right on the screen, giving every roll a great impact. During combat, Combat Carousel helps display initiative order in a smooth, visual way that matches perfectly with Observer's clean presentation. And for storytelling, Narrator Tools let you deliver immersive, styled narration directly to your audience, reinforcing that cinematic experience that we're trying to build. Together, these tools combined with Observer to create a broadcast experience that's more than just a game session. Now you're making a show. Your maps, your players, your story, all presented with clarity and style. And that, my friends, is Archive of Observers in a nutshell. It's a simple but powerful tool designed to clear away the clutter and let your audience enjoy the story, the maps, and the moments that matter most, the interactions and characters. With customizable cards, cinematic scene banners, chat bubbles, and compatibility with other great streaming modules, Observer helps you transform your Foundry session into a near professional broadcast experience. Thank you for joining me on this walkthrough. I'm Damon Shadowdrake with Shadowdrake Creations, and I can't wait to see the amazing shows you'll create with Archive of Observers. Until next time, may the dice ever be in your favor.